Page 82, Greensleeves. Again, key of A minor. No sharps or flats, but it's in a minor key. You look at the last chords there on bottom of page 83, it's here. That's an A minor chord, we're in A minor. 3/4 time with a pickup beat. So we're starting on beat 3. The big thing here is, well, first off, they're giving you a new dynamic mark of MP. I think I've spoken about MP before. I thought you already had it. It simply means mezzo piano or medium soft, moderately soft, sort of soft, a little soft, and soft, whatever. You get the idea. It's a little louder than soft, but it's softer than a little loud, sort of loud. There's no marking to indicate anything between a medium soft and a medium loud. There's nothing in there. So those two are kind of next to each other, and you'll have to decide what a sort of soft and a sort of loud is. Because when you're crescendoing and decrescendoing, you can do that. You can be in the middle. It's hard to say because I don't know how loud that is. It's whatever it is to you. It's not soft. It's kind of soft. And that's the melody. Now in this right hand, watch these accidentals. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. I only do the ands when I have to, as far as the rhythm goes, and then once I have it, I don't even count anymore. I just feel it. So that's how I work these out. But you got F sharps in here, you got G sharps in here, and you'll get it. Just follow their fingering. It's fine. You're not in a 5-finger position anymore. We're not in Kansas anymore, kids. 2. So your hands moving around. The last note on page 82 is with 2nd finger, but the first note on 83 is with 3rd finger. We just changed hand positions is all. And then you're at the top of page 83, in the middle of the line, you're changing. It's a new phrase, so just lift up. It's okay to use thumb again because it's a new phrase. You're going to lift up, move. And that's okay. You do all that, that's wonderful. End of the 2nd line on page 83, you're here. The melody's the top note. And then you're going to lift up to the end of a phrase and go up here. They say 4th finger. We'll try that and see what happens. Now, 3rd line, 3rd measure. Look at this. They have a 1-3. What? Make up your mind. Well, what that means is that they want you to play it with the thumb, and then after you are holding it down, while you're holding it down, put your 3rd finger on it. That's what they want. You substitute. It's a finger substitution. You're here, and do it fairly quickly. Do it immediately. Sometimes in music you got to do these finger substitutions very fast. So get in the habit of, if you're doing it, just do it immediately. That's not the only fingering available, but we need practice in this finger substitution anyway, so I'm not going to change the fingering. I'm going to leave it there and then substitute and then go on down. You get the same finger substitution in the last line there because it's the same thing. Just put 3rd finger on it because we want legato, and it's got to be legato with the fingers. Pedal, forget the pedal right now. The fingers got to do it. Now 3rd measure over on the last line. 1. You're skipping index finger because this puts you in position to finish it off. That's the right hand. Left hand's got the chords. You got the A minor chord, the 1 chord. Then we got a G chord, and an F chord, E chord. Get the feeling we're going down the keyboard here. And then come back up, you got a quarter rest. Try and get where you can make these motions, these movements, 1 key up or down the keyboard without looking at the keyboard. That's important. And then next, 3rd line down on page 83, it's a 4 chord, then a 1 chord, and then we're going down the keyboard again. And we do that again, and we have some fun with that. Yay, team, everything's good. Put them together. The melody's in the right hand, played out. And this is medium soft. How loud is that? It's up to you, but figure that out and then make the left hand softer. work all that out. You get down to the third line on page 83. Now you went up to medium loud. Again, there's not a lot of difference between medium soft and medium loud. It's just a little louder. This piece never gets loud. And the left hand, these are tied. Well, they've been tied on. Now, third line down, last measure. You're playing the C with fourth finger, and they want you to bring the third finger down. You can if you want, or you can play the quarter note A with second finger, and then the next A at the beginning of the next line with third finger. You've already had this move once. It's up to you which way you want to finger it. And that's pretty much it. It's a beautiful piece. It has different names. I mean, Greensleeves, but there's a Christmas song with different words, the same melody, and okay, it's basically a folk song. At the top of page 82, they're introducing you to the marking, the symbol for an overlap pedal, or a legato pedal, or a smooth pedal, whatever you want to call it. And it's that little arrow thing in the pedal line. I've been preaching overlapping pedal all along, but this is the actual symbol for it. Now, that arrow isn't exactly when you do it, but it tells you what's affected. So let's look at the first line of Greensleeves at the bottom of the page. You've got these arrows in here. So I'm going to push the pedal down right after I play the notes. In the first measure. They're saying to keep it down until the third full measure, and then we're going to play the notes first and then change the pedal. That is, lift the pedal up and let it go down, or push it down, whatever. Again. And then at the top of page 83, lift the pedal with the hands because it's a new phrase. We want a little silence there before we go on. So the A is not pedaled, and then here. And they're changing the pedal basically when the left hand chord changes. This is quite common. You'll change the pedal with the harmony. And that's what they're doing here, keeping it simple. It smears up the melody, unfortunately. So I'm going to recommend that you change the pedal at every measure, rather than holding it down for 2 measures straight, because we got too much going on in the right hand. It's getting too blurry, and I don't like blurry. So again, at the beginning, at the bottom of page 82, it's here. I'm going to change it at every measure. It's still kind of blurry, but it's not as bad. So let's just go with that for now. Pedaling can get very intricate. You can spend a lifetime studying pedaling, but try and listen carefully, and you don't want it getting too blurry. If it's getting too blurry, then it's time to do something. Do something. Take the pedal out or something. So that's what I'm recommending you do. Change it on every measure when you're pedaling it, but make sure we get a break between these phrases. At the end of the second line on page 83, here, lift the pedal up with the hands because we're at the end of a phrase. We want silence. And then push it down after you play the notes in the next measure. Now this part, you can keep the pedal down in both measures because the right hand isn't doing anything. And then change it. Change it. Change it. Change it. Change. Lift up for the quarter rest. We want silence. And then again. Leave it down for both of these measures. Fourth line down, last 2 measures, you can leave it down for both because the right hand isn't doing anything. It's just playing the same note. And the last 2 measures at the bottom, you can leave it down for both measures. And then at the end, the pedal and the hands come up at the same time. Like so. Now, most people are already familiar with this, but I'd still like to play it with you to double check the notes and the rhythms and have you play along with me. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm just going to play the piece. I want you to hear the notes. I'm not trying to perform it. We are going to play it slowly. You can turn it into music on your own later. So we have a pickup beat, so I'm only going to give us 2 counts, so we're going to start. So go ahead and put your hands where they go. Your foot's on the pedal. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2. 1 and 2. 2 and 2. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 2. 1, 2, rest.